You know, it has been said that we are living in the greatest nation on earth, that we are experiencing an economic prosperity never known to mankind. Most homes have TVs and PCs, and many believe they will finally get that pot of gold at the end of the American rainbow. But are we really living in the best of times or the worst of times? Because through time it has become quite evident that we have never lived in a paradise of heaven-sent proportions. For if you take portions of everyone's respective lives to form one collective memory, you will soon see that we are all living in hell. For what does economic affluence mean to the man who lost his family because he fell in love with Wall Street? What do millions of dollars in reparations mean to that Holocaust survivor who would happily spend her last dime to see her family just one last time? What about that African American soldier who was slain in World War II at the hands of a Nazi, but whose family will not see his name in any of the history books? And where is heaven for that slave descendant who has yet to see his first dime after 350 years of unpaid labor? I mean, what does a chance at a great education mean, though, to that Latino who voluntarily loses his language, culture, and history in a vain attempt at assimilation? Or that Native American who, in his own nation, is refused his piece of the American pie because he arrived at the table without his reservation? What about that Korean employee working at Mickey D's who can't even be proud of a war her people could have won because she lost her unarmed son at No Gun Re? What about brothers given the death penalty after already being sentenced to life in hell as black men in America? I mean, is there really heaven on earth for the immigrant hired help putting in maximum effort for less than minimum wage? Or that college bound brother whose blood was smothered in the case of road rage? How can you sit there happily in peace while little babies are crying and dying, trapped in the middle, east meets west? Yes, in the clash of civilizations, while certain developing nations face starvation, children walking around with bloated stomachs and emaciated bodies, while we walk proudly with bloated pockets and emaciated minds, wearing our $200 sweatsuits from a sweatshop run in Thailand by Reebok, too busy watching DVDs on our laptops that we can't hear the gas pop, pop, pop that killed Amadou, which ironically stopped just before they reached 42, which in a time of horrors or Heru meant divine judgment. You see, it's coming. So can you emerge from your matrix long enough to see that there can be no rich without poor and no peace without war? That there's only a need for Ivy Leagues as long as community colleges strive to be respected by the mainstream? That there can only be developing nations at the bottom as long as developed nations live lavishly at the top? And that there would be no billionaire record execs without negative lyrics in hip-hop? The next time you look into the mirror, stare deep into your eyes and realize that the good life for you is nothing but someone else's hell. So it's really just a gigantic wishing well. So let those of us who have experienced success bless the world of our knowledge and not live comfortably on the edge of selfishness. For if you spend your entire life devoted to material wealth while drinking and smoking yourself into declining health, if you choose not to take the time to serve those less fortunate than we, then hell will be arriving at your door much faster than you can blink and sooner than you think.